Hi there, all you cool cats and kittens. My name is Allie, and I also go by the artist handle Allie Inks. And today is a very special day because I'm making my first YouTube video. And that's probably the 100th time I've said that because I have recorded so many first YouTube videos that if I had a dime for every one, like, I'd have a lot of dimes. But that's not the point. Basically, the reason why I've never posted one is because I've been kind of intimidated by like the editing process and stuff like that. Like, I feel like I always have the pressure of making my videos perfect, but then I also suck at editing, so then like I'll ramble like unedited at the camera, and then like I think like the pressure of like trying to make the video perfect so I don't have to edit it down as much as possible fucking like gets in my head and fucks with me, so I get like really like nervous to post anything or whatever. But I've been seeing a lot of people post like just unedited videos of them rambling at their computer, like on their Mac or something like that. Like, the video quality isn't like super great, but I still tune in and I still like it. So hopefully you'll feel the same way about my content. So if you like it and you're sticking around, please like and subscribe, I guess as they would say. When I get to 5 subscribers, maybe I'll do like a little special, you know, because I know no one's fucking subscribing to me right now. But yeah, 5 subscribers, I'll give you guys a little show or something like that. But anyways, I think I want the theme of today's video to kind of just be like a chat with me, and also like I'm going to be using some air dry clay, which I don't typically do. I'm more of like a illustrator, painter type, got that type deal going on. But today I want to try and make some ashtrays because I think they'll make some good gifts, and I have like this clay that's just been fucking sitting in my my room doing nothing, so I thought that we would make something with it. So I guess we'll just grab it and start it now. But I think that I'm gonna have like this video like on me, and maybe I'll show you like occasionally what I'm doing, because I realized that you can't really see the table I'm using, but whatever. So not only are we gonna be making ashtrays today, but we're also going to be talking about me basically hyping myself up to get my apprenticeship, because girl, it is time. It is time, and let me tell you why, viewer. Let me tell you why. So I'm assuming that if you're just scrolling across your For You page and you find this and stumble upon this, that you don't know who I am, especially because, girl, I ain't got a lot of followers, but that is okay. We'll get there. But I am, as I said earlier in the video, I also go by the artist handle Allie Inks, and I am, well, it's like a good summary of me. I'm a 20-year-old gal who dropped out of college a year ago because my academics are shit, guys. Like, my academics are shit, chat. Let's be real. I've never really done well in school. I always kind of never really studied. And I feel like there's definitely like a part of like privilege that's coming out like when I say that, because like not everyone has like the freedom to kind of like, people have strict parents, you know, that's what I'm trying to say. And they don't have the option to kind of be lackadaisical with their schooling, if you will. But no, that was me. I just never really paid attention. If I wasn't doing something that I didn't want to do, then like I would just really put no effort into it. Because for the shit that I do and I do put like work in, I'm very passionate about it. Especially when it comes to tattooing, which I'll get into. But I'm very passionate about the projects that I really involve myself in, and school's just not something that really floated my boat, I guess. I just didn't really put any effort into it, and that really came to bite me in the ass when I went to college, because I had like no study skills, no like, I don't know, no motivation to do any schoolwork. Even if I managed to get myself into an art class, because what I originally went to college for, I went to community college, by the way, which is another story. My fucking like experience with education's been kind of bunk. But I went to community college because I didn't really believe in myself enough to go to a university, I guess, which could have been completely like in the realm of possibility for me, because I live in like a college town, I would say. But because I didn't want to believe in myself, basically, I deferred myself to community college at first, because also when I was going to school, like, that's the thing, I was never really passionate about education and stuff like that. I just didn't really know what I wanted to do or I saw myself doing. I was just kind of doing what other people wanted me to do or like expected of me, because it was expected that I went to college. All of my friends went to college. I just tried making this also, but I think I need more clay, so we're gonna do that. But all my friends were going to college. I just felt like it was very expected of me. And like I said, like I feel like I really had no passion and no idea what I was doing. I felt like I was throwing my money down a hole, basically, which makes me really fucking glad that I didn't end up going to university, because ultimately I just was unhappy and I didn't really see myself there. So after trying to go to community college, and then I flunked out my fall semester of my sophomore year. So that was about a year ago. I flunked out then, and I decided to take a gap year, I guess you could say. But I kind of like, in my heart, I was like, girl, I'm not going back to school. Which, to be honest, like all my friends who are going to like my local university, I get jealous of them sometimes because of like the experiences that they have, and I feel like I have some FOMO about what they have going on. But to be honest, like I said, I would have been miserable either way. So that's kind of when I gave myself the opportunity to try doing art markets. Now this kind of comes into play where like I've always been more of a creative person my whole life, and a dream I had when I was younger was to be a tattoo artist, actually, because I love like, oh, I guess I will stop the fucking timeline of my life right now and just gab about how much I'm interested in tattooing, because it's just like, I mean, my love for it has grown so much more since I've started studying it and since I've been getting tattooed and talking to tattoo artists. But it was a job that intrigued me because, one, like, not only were you like making like permanent body art for someone, I guess, but it's the fact of like, you know, you have like a customer base, and you're basically like, you're caring for people. I feel like it'd be a new thing every day. You're drawing something new every day. You're interacting with other artists in the shop. Like, it's just like such an interesting environment that I've always been kind of curious to be in. And I've had this dream since my freshman year of high school, I want to say. But then I told my art teacher at the time, which she's a freaking bitch, dude, like, fuck her. But I told my art teacher at the time, like, hey, I think this is something that I really want to do. And she was like, no one would ever want to get a tattoo from you. Like, point blank period. Like, that was branded in my brain. Like, I remember that word for word because it really stuck with me. And I was like, well, damn, she's probably right though, which honestly so fucking stupid that I like even fed into that. But I was like a kid, you know, I was younger. I mean, I'm still kind of a kid, but I was younger then, and what she said really hurt me, and I really took it to heart. But like I said, yeah, I literally did not have the drawing skill, and I would not have had the drawing skill for a while. I still don't have the drawing skill to be a tattoo artist. You need a mentor for that. You need to be trained in that, and she just really had no education on the matter at all. And yeah, I was like, oh fuck, like maybe I should think about being a graphic designer or whatever. And honestly, like that teacher, like itself, like, really, like, it gave me bad art. She gave me a bad art block. Same with COVID. Like, some people, like, thrived and, like, drew every single day during COVID. Nah, like, COVID was definitely, like, a struggle period for me as well. So, yeah, I I had a bad experience with that. I just realized that I'm kind of, like, a little bit all over the place, with my storytelling, but basically I've always been interested in tattooing because of, like, the environment that it hosts, the people that you meet every day, drawing something new every day, drawing something for clients every day, making them feel safe and comfortable. Like, yes, absolutely, like, that is right up my alley. No pun intended. But I have always been passionate about it, and I wanted to give myself a go, despite having really bad art block previously, and bad experiences with mentors and things like that. Like, despite it all, I wanted to give it a chance because I know inside that I have this talent that has potential. Basically, I know I have potential. It was just a matter of giving myself the grace of, showing people my potential. So I started doing art markets about a year ago. I believe my first one was in May of 2024. So I went along with that, and I honestly, like, ended up really liking it. That's another thing I always was curious about, was art markets and things of that nature. So once I gave myself a try, like, also just, I feel like that's something that tattoo artists do as well, is, like, they do art markets and things like that. So it was, ooh, this is actually, I'm like, wait, why is this actually turning out good? I did not expect this to turn out so good, but already I'm just kind of, like, paying half attention, to be honest, because I'm also gadding. But yeah, so I gave myself the time with that, and I started building my portfolio. And here is a little artist admission that maybe some other artists can relate to as well. But most of the art I post, even nowadays, I'm not really 100% proud of it, to be honest. Like, I feel like, I did see on, like, someone else's story recently of, like, another local artist being like, I don't really know why other people, like, struggle to like their art. I just make shit that I like. And it's like, dude, like, same. And I feel like we all try to do that, but some of us are just, like, perfectionists, and we, like, are very critical of ourselves, which is me. Like, that's the story of my life. Like, I feel like I am so critical of myself, but like, researching tattooing gave me such an outlet for that, because it redirects my perfectionism in a positive light. Like, I feel like when I was younger, I would tear out all of the pages in my sketchbook, and if it wasn't perfect, if it wasn't, like, the artistic style I wanted, then it would just be trash. It would be, like, thrown away. But nowadays, I give myself the grace that even if I am not, like, the biggest fan of a drawing that I created, I tell myself, like, if you don't practice, you're never going to get better. And that's what really held me back, was my perfectionism and my needing for everything to be perfect, because then I would just never end up trying out anything new. And that really made my practice stagnant, I would say. Like, it just really put a hindering on my creative process, I guess, because if you don't let yourself, like, live and try stuff and, like, try new stuff, then you're just not gonna get anywhere. And I also have come to realize that artists, like, you have to have faith in yourself, dude. Like, 100%. If you are not confident in the work that you're putting out, or, like, you don't try and have a little bit of, like, what's the word I'm looking for? If you don't even try to have a little bit of, like, confidence, I guess. Vocabulary is not vocabbing today, but in the work that you produce, then you're not gonna get anywhere with it as a career, because people, oh my God, don't worry, baby, I caught you. No, I didn't. Oh my gosh, my hands are so clayey right now, but I'm not gonna edit this out. Am I? I don't know, maybe if you stay put. Bro. No, please. Please, I'm trying to do this unedited. YouTube knows that I have no skills. Please, God, please. Bro. Oh, please, oh God, please. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, shit. Now I can see my workspace. Sweet. Okay. Well, anyways, sorry for that. Oh, don't look at my pants, by the way. They're not very stylish right now. I kind of was getting off on a ramble and not really, like, realizing what I was saying, but all in all, like, I'm basically trying to find the confidence in myself that I never did have, because as a perfectionist, I always wanted everything to be right. I always wanted everything to, like, you know, just perfectly, like, align with the vision in my head. But I just didn't have the artistic and technical skill, the technical skill more so, to make that happen. So I just was kind of like in this limbo of like not producing anything. That's why I had such bad art block in high school and during quarantine. Well, quarantine was during high school, but it was just because I just had no faith, no motivation in whatever the fuck I was doing. So that kind of put a hindrance. But now, after doing my art markets and shit like that, and meeting with artists and being in artistic spaces where, you know, people of all different skill levels, truly are welcome and supported, it's been such, like, so life-changing, to be honest, because I honestly, like, I have always labeled myself as like a creative person. Like I've been like I'm a theater kid. I don't just do art. Like I make jewelry, like collages, which I guess are like both kind of forms of art, but like I'm a very like well-rounded artistic person, I guess is what I'll call it. And I have always seen myself as a creative person, but I felt like I was never valid enough to fully call myself like an illustrator or an artist. I felt like I wasn't talented enough. But to be honest, I'm kind of sick of that. Like, I think that I'm actually like pretty decent. So, I don't know. I have like a lot of newfound confidence in myself after, okay, I'm fucking rambling. I'm losing the original plot of the movie. I'm losing the original plot of the movie. Basically, art markets. Boom, shakalaka. So I'm doing these art markets because I'm trying to get my name out there, because I'm like, okay, I want to be a tattoo artist. And also I'm figuring this out while I'm first getting tattooed as well. And there are a lot of things that go into being a tattoo artist that I didn't really know until I started involving myself more in the space, I want to say. Like the apprenticeship. The apprenticeship is like the main thing. And I'm like so close I can taste it, y'all. Like I got 500 followers on Instagram. I almost have 600 actually. Which is like, it's decent. I mean, hey, I'm not like a fucking like influencer on there or anything, but like a lot of the people who do follow me are local. So that's good. And I do have a lot of local tattoo shops that follow me now. It's just the matter of putting myself out there that I'm struggling with. How many tattoos do I have right now? So I have 6 tattoos right now, which are not a lot at all. But I want to get more. I have like, I think I have 2 scheduled, or like I'm working on scheduling. Oh my god, why is my family getting so loud right now? What the fuck? I was gonna say I commute also. No, I just live here and go to work. I have a job, guys. I have a job. Don't worry about that. I'm not just an artist like who's sitting and making pottery in her room all day. Like, no, I have a job. I have 2 jobs actually with my small business. I'll plug that in the description below. check out some of my super awesome and wicked art. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just basically more of the story. I've been gabbing about my life and what I be doing, but more of the story is my main goal right now is to find an apprenticeship, but I'm low-key terrified. Like, I've had pretty bad social anxiety after the pandemic, admittedly. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my bowl in this fucking camera right now. She's looking a little lopsided, so we gotta fix that. But yeah, but I'm fucking scared. I'm really scared because also I feel like once I get that apprenticeship, I'm like, that's like my equivalent of getting a college education to other people. And then once I graduate from it, that's like equivalent of me like graduating school. So I'm kind of like, I'm almost pussying out like how I did when I didn't apply to university. Sorry, I'm still like looking at this to see how I can like make it less lopsided in like the viewfinder. But I'm terrified basically because I've had social anxiety after COVID, and I also feel like I have trouble being perceived by others, or like I'm like low-key scared to be perceived by others. Like the fact that I'm like, oh, I'm a person and I'm existing and other people can perceive me and have opinions about me and care about me and stuff like that, and like all that type of shit like actually terrifies me. It's really hard for me to allow myself to be seen, I guess, like which I don't know, I don't entirely know how that sounds, or if anybody else really relates, but it's terrifying. It is so terrifying. So I've just been having trouble like motivating myself to go into shops and being like, hey, can you look at my portfolio? Because I do have a portfolio together, y'all. Do I think it's the best portfolio in the world? No. We just discussed not being 100% with our art. We just dibble and dabbled in that. But, you know, I think that, I don't know, like, okay, let's start hyping myself up a bit. Let's get into the hyping myself up part of the video. I have come such a long way in regards to what I feel like my purpose is. And I feel like I found that when there are still like a lot of people, even my age, some of my friends who are going to university don't even know what they fucking want to do. And that's scary. Like, that's scary for anyone. But I feel like I do know what I want to do, and I have a good idea of that, and I shouldn't let that just go to waste, basically. Like, I should be confident in my abilities because I've already come such a long way, and I already have such a good idea of what I want to do, and I already have artists and other people in my life supporting me and saying like, hey, you're doing great, you're talented, you have a lot going on for you. And I should just put my faith in that and put my faith in the people who love me and want me to do well, rather than the people who I'm like concocting in my brain I think that they hate me. Literally, like every time I open up a social media app and I try and like DM someone or something like that, my immediate like intrusive thought is like, oh, they fucking hate me. They think I fucking suck. Like, I'm the dog shit of the earth, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, why does my brain automatically go to that? Like, why is that your first thought, babe? Like, I don't understand. So does anybody else like hate when their hands get all like this when they're fucking like, this is why I'm like, clay is not my main shtick. I would love to learn how to throw though. That's always something that I wanted to learn how to do. But whatchamacallit? I don't know if this is something that you're supposed to do when you're using clay, but my hands want to be clean, so clean they shall be. But I don't know, it's like that lack of confidence that's creeping back up again into my life. And I should just, like I've been saying, have like the faith in the people who love me and the people who are rooting for me. I started dating this really great guy recently, and he really like believes in like what I want to do, I guess, and like what I have to say. So I don't know, it's just like there are people in my life who care about me and are interested in the things I have to do, and they think it's like it's cool and shit like that. And for some reason I don't. I'm just like, oh, I have no faith, like everyone hates me, blah blah blah. And it's just like, girl, get it together. Like, no one's thinking that. And then also some really great advice I received from a tattoo artist, actually. I think it was like my I actually think I got my second tattoo from her. Her name is Tori. I don't know if she'd ever watch something like this, but Tori, if you're watching, you're amazing. But she basically told me, like, just like kind of like point blank, like, if people don't really like give a fuck about you, or like they're just being rude to you, or like people who are normal people and who are kind people are never going to try and like basically they're never going to try and purposely like she basically said that people are always going to want to help you out. Like, I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted because I'm like trying to make this like look all right. I don't know what's happening. But people are always going to be rooting for you, basically, is what she's going to say. If they're a normal person and they're like chill or whatever, and they're a person who's meant to be in your life, then they're going to support you, like, no matter what. Like, they're going to ride or die for you, or like not even that, but like just like little friendships along the way or something like that, like little connections, like the one that me and her had, where she was telling me this, like, people are not always out to get you. That's what I was looking for. She was like, not everyone is out to get you, and if they're because there are some people who are haters out there, but if they are, then actually fuck them. They have no relevance in your life whatsoever. Like, and she was so right for that. And that's something that I just have to remind myself at this point. It's just like, I think more of like what I struggle with is like, I know these things, like I know the issues that I have. I just have to remind myself of like how far I've come and how much I already know about myself, to eliminate self-doubt, I guess, because that's like, I honestly feel like that's one of my number one problems, is that I just doubt myself so much that I become like paralyzed almost in fear. So no more of that in 2025. I really want to try, like, I'm going to, affirmation time, I'm going to secure my apprenticeship by the end of 2025. Like, that's just what we have to do. In other news, though, I'm making, like, life changes as well. Like, I really want to move out of my parents' house, and that's, like, the goal. That's where we're heading towards. I just am ready to try and support myself and my career, and my parents have been so lovely, like, throughout this period of me trying to find myself. But my house is also very small, and I think it's just time for me to try and leave the nest, I guess. So I'm working on moving out right now as we speak, because I am done. All right, like, it is time to fly the coop. But yes, I don't know if I should leave it there or not, because I don't know, like, there's still so much more that I want to say, like, or that I could ramble about, but I feel like it's also not really coming into my noggin in a cohesive manner. But honestly, that's fine. I might rewatch this and hate it and decide not to post it, but I might rewatch it, hate it, and decide to say fuck it. You know? Might as well give it a shot. So we'll see how I'm feeling about this, but yeah. I guess I'll just keep chatting until I'm done with the ashtray, because I'm almost done. I'm almost finished. I'm just trying to smooth out the bumps. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to make them a little bit more, you know, cohesive. I don't even know if cohesive is the right word for this shit anymore. I just be using random vocabulary words, to be honest, yo. So I don't know, but I guess some more like experience. I guess I could talk about like my schemes and plots of like how I'm going to do this, you know, kind of like verbally affirm it. But basically, I've kind of been too much a pussy to go into shops and just be like, hey, here I am, here is me, here's my work, what do you think? I've just been kind of like pussying out for doing stuff like that, because like just the sheer thought of like asserting myself and making myself seem like that important when I'm like, oh girl, like what are you doing? Like I just don't want to come off as too cocky, because trust me, like I'm humble about where I'm at right now. But a part of like the reason why I want an apprenticeship so bad is because I think I really I know that I really want to learn from a mentor and learn like their teachings and their point of view, because there's just like, even admittedly, so much about tattooing that I don't know yet, but I want to know. Like there are there's such things, like, no, that's not what I'm trying to say, but like you have to know how to like build a machine, and you have to like, I mean, you don't have to know about like tattoo history and stuff, so I guess, but that's something that I want to know about. I want to know how like going to conventions work. I want to know how to network with other people in the industry. I want to, I don't know, just do things like that, and have a mentor support me in that way, because I just think like aspects like that also of being a tattoo artist are so freaking cool. Like I love it. Like I love the idea of it. So yeah, it's something that I want so bad. I'm so close, I can taste it, but I just keep on holding myself back for like whatever reason. I keep on like making excuses. But that should stop. That should stop today, to be honest. But I booked a couple tattoo appointments, like I said, for this year. I'm already planning on, I have one that's like already like booked, set in stone. I'm sorry, I'm just like looking at this like in the screen, and I'm like, kind of looks cool. Kind of lopsided. I just want you. But yeah, I don't know, I just ranted a lot about who I am and my life story, so I don't really know what I'm gonna title this, but hey, I guess I'm just gonna leave it at that, because it's been 30 minutes now, so yeah. But here is the completed ashtray, and I'm planning on painting it something cool, so maybe stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll make a painting video, who knows. But yeah, I guess I'll catch you on the flip. Like, subscribe, check out my art, it's pretty cool, and yeah, I'll see you later.